Hello and welcome to part 1 of my VRChat 3.0 tutorial series. These videos are meant to replace my old 2.0 avatar tutorial right here. Although some parts like the dynamic bones still function pretty much the same. If you're completely new to VRChat avatar creation, I would suggest you watch my Blender tutorial first and then hop on back to this one. In the first part, I'll show you how to set up Unity and import your avatar. And in the following videos, I'll show you how to add stuff like facial expressions, emotes, and animations, and finally, toggles for stuff like guns, items, and pieces of clothing. So get yourself a nice cup of something warm and we'll jump right into it. Here we are. The first thing you'll obviously gonna need is Unity, and not the business version, the personal version. And it has to be the exact same version of Unity because apparently it's too big of a deal to upgrade to a newer one. The version of Unity we're gonna be using is 2018.4.20 F1 to be exactly precise. I'll leave a link down in the description on where you can find this and download it. Personally, I use Unity Hub to download all my Unities. I'll leave a link for this as well. You can, on this page, you can just click on Unity 2018 and scroll all the way down until you find Unity 2018.4.20. And you can use the green Unity Hub button to download it using Unity Hub, or you can just download the installer file and install it standalone. Now, after you've downloaded Unity, you can just install it. You'll need a Unity account and use that to log into Unity Hub or whatever you're using. It's free. Just make one. Then we're gonna need the VRChat SDK 3.0. You can get that from the official VRChat website. You just log in with your VRChat account. You click on download on the left and download SDK3 avatars, not for worlds, but for avatars. Lastly, we are going to need some shaders. You can use whatever shaders you like. I personally recommend Poyomi's Toon shaders. And just download the Unity package for that. I'll leave this in the description as well. Now that we have all those downloaded, we can open up Unity Hub or Unity, and we're going to make a new project. In Unity Hub, that means clicking on the little blue new button and selecting our version of Unity. Ignore these two for now. You probably don't have them. Just open up the version of Unity that you downloaded and make a new project. Call it something like 3.0 tutorial and click create. Making your project will probably take a while to load, but once you're done, you'll be presented with this window. Now, the first thing we're going to do is import our SDK and our shaders. Now, all you need to do is find the files you downloaded and just double click them while Unity is open, and they should import right away. So let's import the SDK first. Click on the Unity package and it should start importing. Now this will take a while again. Just make sure everything is selected and hit import. Now to check if your SDK imported properly, you should have a drop-down menu at the top that says VRChat SDK. you can click on Show Control Panel, and this sort of window should appear. And this is where you log in and upload your avatar, but we don't need that for now. Just put it off to the side and instead import your shaders. So find the Poyomi Toon shader, Unity package, you download it and double click on that as well. Let it import, have a nice cup of whatever you're drinking and chillax. We're gonna get to the fun part next. And good job so far. Now we can move on to importing our model. So the first thing I would like to do is right click and create a new folder. I like to call this avatar, and I like to put all my model stuff in here. Go ahead and find the FBX file you exported from Blender and just drag and drop it into the avatar folder we just created. Wait for that to import. Depending on the size of your FBX file, it could take anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes. And there we go. Your FBX file should be right down here. The next thing you want to do is click on it, and over here on the right you'll see in the inspector tab we are going to click on materials, and we are going to change these settings so your avatar won't look gray. And this is the first problem a lot of people have, is how come my textures aren't importing? That's because of these settings. Now change them to these exact same ones. Location, use external materials legacy. Naming, from models material. And search local materials folder. This will create two folders next to your model called materials, and the other one is for the textures. After you've changed the settings, just hit apply. And again, we're gonna wait. And there we go. As you can see, we got the two folders. And now what you can do is take the model down here and just drag and drop it over here to the left. And boom, your model should appear on the canvas. But as you can see, it doesn't look quite right. So we are going to change some of the materials, and then we're going to move on to the rigging. Go into your materials folder, and what I like to do is just click and shift click to select everything, or you can just, yeah. And over here on the right, under shader, we're going to pick our Poyomi shaders that we imported. Poyomi, Toon, Advanced, and Cutout. And there we go. That already looks a lot better. If your model, for some reason, the eyes look weird, that's because you're not using the cutout version. You can use opaque for some things. I like to use cutout. It just works a lot better. Now you can mess around with these shader settings all you want. I usually don't touch them that much. I like to ramp up the color a little bit, make everything a nice white, and maybe basic emission, I like to put that at around 0.37. In my opinion, that looks pretty gosh darn good. I'll make the tail a little bit darker so it matches the rest of, there we go. That looks pretty good. Some basic stuff about moving around in Unity. Middle mouse button equals pan, right mouse equals rotate, and mouse wheel is zoom in. You can use the right mouse button and the WASD keys to move around as well if you want, but usually I just use the mouse. Okay, now that we have the materials all set up, let's head back to our avatar folder, click on our avatar again, and move over to a rig in the inspector. Change animation type to humanoid. This is required, otherwise your model won't work in VRChat. After you've changed that, just hit apply. After this, we're gonna check to see if our rigging works properly. It probably won't during the first go, but we're gonna change a few things and it should already look a lot better. And there we go. Now that you've hit apply, the configure button should appear. So go ahead and click on that and click save. And here we go. For my model, I've set it up well enough that there's only a few things missing, but what you need to do is make sure chest is mapped correctly. So we're gonna take our chest armature on the left and just drag and drop it onto the chest. And another thing that you need to make sure is you're gonna go to head and make sure the jaw is unmapped. So just click on the jaw and hit delete. So it says none. We don't need jaw bones for VRChat. Everything else should work fine if you exported your model properly from Blender, but just in case, make sure everything looks right. It doesn't give you any errors. Your model should be T-posing. If not, you can click on the little button down here that says pose and click on enforce T-pose. And that should bring it to the T-pose. After you're done here, everything looks good. Just hit done and apply. Now we're pretty much done. We just need to add the avatar descriptor and whatever optional steps you want to do. And I will show you that next. The next thing we're going to do is add the avatar descriptor that comes with the SDK you imported. Click on your avatar down over here on the left, the root of your avatar. And over here on the right, we're going to click on add component. And we can just search for avatar. And there it is, VRChat avatar descriptor. And this thing pops up. Now this is where you're gonna assign where your camera is. It's this little gray ball over here. If the gray ball doesn't appear, that means your avatar, your model is probably either too big or too small. So check around if the ball appears somewhere next to your feet or somewhere way up there. To adjust where the ball goes, we want it right between our eyes. And that is going to be this part right around here called view. And now the great thing with the SDK3 is that you can actually click on the edit button and just move the ball around using these little arrows. In SDK2, you had to use these three values over here. But this is a lot easier and a lot faster. I'm just going to put it right around there. Perfect. Click on return and it's all set. The next thing we're going to do is add lip syncing, so your mouth will actually move when you're talking. And that will be the next step right here, lip sync. Technically, all you need to do is click on auto detect and it should already assign all the visemes where they belong. But there we go. Everything is all set. Next step is to enable eye look. It sounds weird, but that's your eye movement. Click on enable And over here, you're gonna assign both your eye bones. So you're gonna go over here to the left, click on armature, hips, spine, chest, neck, head, and here we go. You should have left eye and right eye, or whatever they're called. I have 4 eye bones, but we only need the root bones for both eyes. So left eye, we're gonna click and drag that all the way to the left eye bone, and do the same for the right eye. And there we go. Now these things should light up. These are just how far your eyes are gonna move. So looking straight, we don't need to fix that. He's already looking straight. Look up, you can click on preview, and these 2 balls should appear. You can use the middle vertical ones to adjust the way your eyes work. So I'm just gonna put it right around there. That's how far the eye should go when looking up. And just click on return again. Do the same for looking down. Just put it around there. We go. Click on return. Look left. This is your avatar's left, so our right. Use the horizontal line. And there we go. And looking right. There we go. And you can use these 2 bars over here to adjust how fast the eyes move around. If you've ever played VRChat, you can notice that your eyes move around when you're idling. I usually like to put the bottom one pretty much all the way to confident, and the top one pretty close to calm. But if you want your avatar to be more introverted, you can move this over to shy, or calm, or excited. Just play around with these if you're not sure. And there we go. We are done with the eyes. The next part is the eyelids, or the blinking animation. So we are going to click the drop down, select blend shapes, and over here eyelid mesh. This should be your body mesh. So just click on your avatar and select body down here, and drag and drop that right around there. And here we go. We don't need looking up and looking down, so you can just select none on both of these. And for the blinking, we are going to click the blend shape that closely resembles blinking on your model. For me, that is blink. You can use the preview button to check that that works. And there you go. You should be all set up. We are going to take a look at the playable layers and expressions in the next videos. But that's basically all you need to upload your avatar. And the rest are just optional steps. Right now, you could add dynamic bones to your hair, do the expressions, do the emotes, yada yada. Now we're going to come back to our little logging window that you can find from going to the drop down menu up here and show control panel. You're going to sign into your account. You're going to go to builder, and most of these you can probably just click on auto fix. And there we go. For my model, these are looking pretty good. Even if your avatar is rated as very poor or poor, it will still work probably, but some people will maybe have it preference blocked in VRChat. But there we go. The only thing you need to do now is click on build and publish for Windows. The SDK3 comes with the offline testing option thingy. I've never gotten this to work for some reason. You could go to settings and find your VRChat client. For me, it's in Steam. Steam folder. And then you can click on build and test to see if your avatar works in a local instance of VRChat. I usually just upload it straight away and test it out in the game. So we can just click on publish for Windows. Wait a while until the next window appears. And here we go. Next thing you're gonna do is see this window right here. You're gonna give your avatar a name. I'm just gonna call this 3.0 tutorial. You can give it a description if you want. You can check these if you're okay with your model being used for nudity and blood and gore, realistic violence, other not safe for work stuff. And under sharing, you can click on public or private depending on if you want your avatar to be public. And over here you can check upload image, and you can go back to scene and move this camera around to wherever you want your little thumbnail picture to be. You can see it down here. Go back to game, and there you go. Make sure you have the last part checked so you understand the terms of service, and then you just click upload. After you've uploaded your avatar, you can go ahead into VRChat and see that everything works properly. And that is it for this part of the tutorial. You've just uploaded your first 3.0 avatar. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to add some facial expressions on your avatar. So I will see you in that one. Bye.